A large developing area outside of downtown Raleigh is the North Hills mixed-use development, which spans Six Forks Road and is adjacent to I-440 in North Raleigh. Despite promoting itself as a live-work-play area, the development is not highly equitable in terms of price, socioeconomic status, or access to nature. In this video, we will examine a few areas of North Hills to understand the biophilic potential of public domain spaces and how each area could be improved to ensure equity within design. The three areas we will look at today are the main entry drive and plaza, the parking garages, and Midtown Park. First, we will look at the main entry drive and plaza. Currently a highly paved area with a small, barely functioning fountain, this area has very little activity. With tall buildings on either side of the plaza, there is very little sunlight outside of hot summer afternoons. However, shade-loving plants and trees could still thrive here given the correct amount of real estate. The small plantings of tulips, while beautiful first thing in spring, bloom quickly and become less inviting as the summer progresses. Across the road, there are two mulched areas, one allocated as a dog park and one for a seating area with picnic tables and lights. Shaded for much of the day by the tall buildings, at certain times the spot gets direct, hot sunlight unshaded by the small trees around it. Another drawback of this area is the overwhelming smell of gasoline from being surrounded on three sides by a parking lot. The First Avenue Water Plaza by Scape Landscape Architecture is a small corner plaza in New York City where biophilic elements have been incorporated into a public space. The plaza includes a rainwater catchment system to filter rainwater and collect large amounts to avoid flooding in this paved environment. Rocky bioswales around the perimeter mitigate surface flooding while slowly diverting runoff to the East River. The presence of water both cools the urban landscape during hot summer months, but also masks the noise of nearby highways. A similar water feature at North Hills could mask some of the noise coming from Interstate 440 and Six Forks Road. Multiple parking decks are scattered throughout North Hills. Some are wrapped within apartment complexes, and others are freestanding garages. These garages are concrete, some with a brick veneer and minimal landscaping at the base. One has a small exercise space with stationary equipment to encourage visitors to move. However, this area is hidden and not accessed by many visitors. There are more biophilic ways to treat these public parking garages. One such way would be to create a secondary facade with wood slats like the P&R Zutphen car park in the Netherlands. The natural wood slats provide a softer exterior look than concrete, while also allowing for natural light and ventilation. Another way to treat the facade would be to create living green walls. The Park and Play car park proposed in Copenhagen has areas of greenery scattered across the facade. Many other garages incorporate living green walls on the facade. A large area covered by greenery creates a connection between users and nature in an urban environment while also helping clean and cool the air within a city. Lastly, we are looking at Midtown Park and the Coastal Credit Union Concert Pavilion located in the center of North Hills. The park is a large turf area with small trees dotted along the perimeter. Anchored at one end by a restaurant and the Coastal Credit Union Concert Pavilion at the other, Midtown Park draws many people outdoors on nice days. However, during large rain events, much of the area floods and causes rivers of runoff to form along the sidewalks. This is because the turf is laid on gravel and a small amount of dirt which cannot absorb enough water in a short amount of time. One project that has created a successful urban park is Houston's Midtown Park by Design Workshop. The park is activated by a music pavilion coupled with playgrounds and water features scattered across 3 acres. While larger than the available area in North Hills, this park includes an integrated and well-designed stormwater catchment system that leads into an educational bayou where children and adults can learn about native plants and the importance of sustainable water management. North Hills Midtown Park could benefit from this educational aspect to create a stronger connection between the public and the spaces that they inhabit.